I'm going to show you how I reduce my client churn to 0 for my clients. I'm going to show you the exact system that I'm going to be using, and we're going to be building our custom own client performance dashboard, which is going to lead to both client satisfaction, but also that they can see the proof that you've been delivering to them, which also means they're going to be sticking around for longer. So we're going to have a system which we're going to custom build ourselves, connected with Google Ads, Google Analytics 4, Ahrefs, and so on, depending on the tools that you use. So clients can very easily see the type of work that they're doing for them and the results that you're getting, right? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to build everything inside of a platform called Claude Code. If you haven't heard about Claude Code before, highly recommend doing some research. I'm not going to show you like a simple how to set it up. Since there's so many videos about it nowadays, I don't think it's needed. Just search up how to set up Claude Code or Codex, whatever you use, and then just use that. So I'm going to launch my Claude Code with the NGL script permissions, just to make this easier. And the first thing I'm going to do is give context about the type of work you do and your company. If you can ideally zoom this in, maybe not. I'm going to give some background. So I'm going to say, hey, I'm a marketing agency. I do SEO, websites, and PPC. My tool stack is SEMrush, Ahrefs, PPC, Google Business Profile, Webflow, GA4, and those are my currently main tools that I use. I have about 15 employees and 31 clients. But I want to start with a demo with 5 clients, and I want to build a performance dashboard that connects all my tools into one place, so we can essentially, the clients can log in and see their performance. And since I've built this before, you can literally just copy paste my system, and I'm going to have everything linked down below. So you can just download it, copy paste into your system, and just basically duplicate the same thing. So I'm going to say some additional points which I think are important. I'm going to say use the command dashboard, and for now create a HTML interface. Ask me questions if my company is, in this case, technically let's just find a company. So I'm going to go to my web here, or technically let's just use my own branding just to make this easier. And then I'm going to say to, okay, my company is FlowClick, create the branding around that. And for now, create me mockup data. So this is going to start running, and it's going to maybe ask me a couple of questions if it needs to. And basically I give some background, you give background about your company, so it can build a tailored system specifically made for you. And the first thing I'm going to do is going to basically create a template like this, which is an HTML template, where you can click around, see the interface, and if we like the interface, we can essentially push it to an actual application, so like Next.js and an actual platform that people can use. So it's going to ask me a couple of questions. Create the classic style. I have multiple styles of the templates, and I'm going to say metrics. Sounds good. Yep, all have same tools. Just use standard ones. Yeah, 30 days for now work. So essentially just giving some context. I don't want to make it too complicated yet. I want to see how it looks like, and then after we have a prototype, we can keep iterating and keep building from there. So once this has been finished running, I'm going to come back and basically return to you with a finished template we can start building from. The first iteration has finally come through, and you can see it has been completed. So I'm going to open my Chrome, and it has already managed to create a custom template just based on the couple of words I said, which is to me kind of insane, right? So you have like the client account, we have the analytics, so like website traffic, keywords ranked, SEO performance, right? We can see PPC campaigns, we can see Google business profiles, website analytics, and so on. Now, do I personally think this is the best dashboard I've ever seen? Probably not. But for being one prompt, took me a couple of minutes, cost me a few cents. sounds pretty reasonable in my opinion. So imagine if we keep tweaking this and say the things that I don't personally like. So same thing, I use my whisper flow here. I say, hey, I personally don't like the emojis. I feel like it kind of looks unprofessional and very childish. Then we can say like, I also think we can improve on let's say, animations could be a major one. I also improve on the charts and keywords. Currently, they all look a bit cheap. So just make this much more premium and look much more fancy. And also now create it as a Next.js app. So you can also host this basically. And yeah, let me know if you have any questions. I just want to make this look very premium and very professional and not with emojis and so on. It has to be high level like the original dashboard HTML I showcased to you. So as said, I just give my thoughts. The only thing here I should say like, hey, I want to implement this, I want to implement that. And it starts tweaking, it starts thinking. And now it's going to actually create me a real applications because currently the whole thing here is just a template, so HTML template. It's not like an actual app that people can use. It has to be hosted, it has to be created with the backend and so on. But that comes to the next steps. And if you're curious like where I got this from, in short, I'm the founder of FlowClick. I've built the backend for over 45 creative and marketing agencies. I have specifically a YouTube on how actual operations look like and how you can build your own operations. And ideally, you will work with me one day. And I work with companies all the way from doing 50K ARR to over 10M ARR. So I've seen it at all scales with all kinds of companies. Now, if you go back here, it's going to keep thinking and I'll return to you once it has been done. And you can see already the total cost is $1. And $1 for this is technically nothing because if you have built this and let's say you hire a developer specifically for this is going to cost you significantly more. And we're talking like 100x the price. Like building a custom platform like this without vibe coding or using AI is going to be very, very expensive. But with the power of AI, we can pay a couple of dollars and still get the similar output, if not even better, because we can just keep tweaking it and making it better. So I'll return to you once the original dashboard has been hosted and created and once the AI has finished thinking. The new application and system has now been finished and it's officially now launched on my own computer. So it fixed and made some iterations. It removed the emojis. In my opinion, it looks even more professional now. And the main goal here is that we have now managed to host it. It's an actual application that you can use with the framework of something called Next.js. If you don't know what it is, it's like basically like a coding style of where you host systems, or like when you actually build applications, you use like Next.js to build it inside of that framework. So in short, we have now a live web application with like total website traffic by channel, domain authority, spend through PPC, and so on. We have SEO performance, right? Everything here looks super, super neat. We have PPC campaigns. You can see total spend, average cost per click, conversions, ROAS, and so on. And this is the real juice. Because when clients can see the upfront value that you are giving to them, and the fact that they get 4x ROAS, what that means, well, of course, everyone knows what ROAS means. That means they get 4x the return. And when clients can see proof like this upfront with the client portal and dashboard, and even like stuff like this, phone calls, average ratings, you can see customers, right? This stuff is the real deal. And that's why we want to build a system like this. Now, generally speaking, obviously this is just mock-up data. You will have to connect your own API keys. That's something worth noting here. But being honest, it's not that difficult. And you can do that on your own time. Specifically mentioned, I want to keep building on this. And now, okay, I'm going to say, hey, this is perfect. We can run with this. Can we now connect it with the Supabase? So you can host it, but also I want to store and make this no longer locally. What kind of paths can we go? And please give me a detailed guide before you build anything, because I'm doing this for a video. So I want to explain the different routes people can take. So the thing we have to do here is this platform, it's great, but we have to host it somewhere so like it's accessible to other people as well. So they can like log in and we can have like a domain. You can call it like dashboard@flowclick.com, right? and so on. Another thing is of course the API keys and the hosting and the backend. So we have to host the data somewhere. And for hosting the data, I almost always use a platform called Supabase. I think it's the best platform to use. So it's basically like a platform where you can host your data and have everything in one place. And the great part about Supabase and platforms we host, or specifically this one, is that it's so cheap. Essentially it's free. So you can host all your data in a very, very cheap way. And here you can see the pricing. We can run with 3. We have unlimited API requests. We have 50K monthly users, which is totally fine. Obviously, the cache data and so on is something we might pay for, but that I really don't believe so, at least not at the moment. So that's totally fine. So essentially, I have a backend for free. You're building the software for a couple of pennies here. I mean, we're talking $3 for building this, which is nothing. Supabase is free. Hosting the domain is free. You can just use your other domain. The only thing you have to pay for is like hosting, basically, and API usage if you pay for that as well. So it's going to give me a couple of examples. So okay, my recommendation, right? It knows I have a Supabase. That's true. That's very true. So essentially, the thing we have to do now is host it on a platform. And I'm going to actually build this with you live so you can learn how to host it yourself as well, or at least build the backend. Hosting is the same thing, very, very similar, or very similar. So now I'm going to go into Supabase. I'm going to create a new account in the top right corner. So I'm going to sign up here with my email. Let's use, hopefully I have not used this one. And then let's use something like, hopefully I can remember this password. Right, and it's going to confirm my email. I go to my email and then I confirm this. So I'm going to proceed with the steps here. You can run the free plan, just connect it, call it whatever your name, like, hey, dashboard for company name. I'm just going to say for YouTube, and then keep filling this out. It's going to ask me the region. It's going to ask me the password and the project name. I'm just going to enable APIs and so on. And of course, it's going to do everything for me. I'm just going to press create new project. And now I have my project live. So the thing I recommend you doing here is going to Antigravity and ask it, okay, what do I need to set up? So, hey, what do I need to set up with my Supabase? I have a different account than usual. So I don't want me to connect with my old account or my existing account. And basically, it's going to keep loading. It's going to prepare me things I'm going to add into Supabase. Super straightforward. It's really nothing that hard. So you can see, it's going to say, okay, grab me the new project and go to settings API and then just project URL, anon key, and so on. Anon key, I believe, is old. But yeah, in short, just follow these steps. It's very, very straightforward. It's like 2 buttons to press, and then you add a simple workflow, and then it's done, right? So AI does most of the things for you, so you don't have to really do anything. Now, for the hosting, that's completely up to you. So you can host this application somewhere that it is accessible, right? So in my opinion, the best way to do this is to use a platform like something called Modal. It's a very, very famous one for hosting that you can use. You can use a platform like Vercel and so on. So I'm going to sign up for this platform. I'm going to basically go ahead here. I'm going to then press, let's say, this one. And I'm going to host it through Modal so it can get access to it here. Now, since I have a Vercel account, I can essentially use Vercel, but for specifically the video, let's just use this. Word of mouth, doesn't really matter. Get started. Sure. And then, okay, perfect. Then I go back to my Antigravity here, and then I ask, okay, let's fix that later. Can we host this on Modal? I just created an account. Hosting means that the platform is accessible to everyone, or to the people that have logins specifically, so you can have somewhere to store all the data and basically just go in and press the buttons. Since currently it only runs when my computer is run, right? Right, it's true. So that's true. Okay, so sure, just hook it up with my Vercel, that's true. So I'm just going to use Vercel since I already have an account here as well. I'm just going to use that, and I'm going to say it hook up with my account. Same thing with the Supabase. It does the things for you here, so you don't have to be technical. You basically have to know close to nothing. You just have to tell it what to do, or just ask it what to do, and it will guide step by step for you. I'm going to host it, and then I'll return to send this, and then it basically does the thing for me. So essentially it created me a custom app. I had to blur everything else because it deleted my API keys. So I have a custom app called Vercel. I can basically just go in here, I can search this up, and it's going to connect it with my dashboard, hopefully. You see? So now this is a custom domain I can share already. So you can go into here yourself. You can start pressing around, you can go to different clients. Everything's already connected through this platform. You can change the domain because currently it says vercel.app. So you can make it like dashboard.flowclick.com. That's also an option here. So you can see this is currently the domain. Basically it's .app, and then we can change this later down the line if you want. But now I can share this. I have a link that I can press and share to people saying, hey, take this and try it out. And of course, there are some additional steps of adding the logins, making different interfaces. But in under basically 20 minutes, we created the dashboard, cost $3-4. We managed to at least get the steps to set up the Supabase, but also the thing for the Vercel. And that's basically how straightforward it is. We have a custom application done, and obviously it's not looking like super advanced or like super fancy. Have more, you can make this 10 times better if you want, by having like even better interfaces, making it even more premium. The thing still stands of how straightforward this is. The only thing you have to do is just give it instructions on what you want to do specifically, like, hey, I want to achieve X outcome. Can you build a platform, a dashboard, just like this, and it's going to do the thing for you. So as said, if you need help with this and like building the thing up, I'm happy to help. But you can also just ask Claude Code like, hey, how do I set this up? Can you do it for me? And that's essentially how I learned in the first place. Like, hey, I wasn't sure how to do this myself. I asked Claude Code to guide me, and that's how we did the entire thing. So if it's an app like this, if it's a dashboard like this, it doesn't really matter. You can do it however you want. It's just interface, how you prefer it. You can add your brand logos and everything else. That's up to you. So the only thing you have to do is just go into Claude Code, play around, say what you want to do, and it's going to build the things for you. So if you want a platform like this, I'm happy to help you out to build everything up from the ground if you don't want to spend the time doing it yourself. But you can also download the template and the structure I just built here. So this one you can download. I'm going to provide some other things down below as well. You can also get, so in short, if you want a dashboard like this and you don't want to go back and forth, you can just copy this template. It's downloadable, add it to the Claude Code folder, and it will follow that exact structure for you as well. If not, just play around with it, go back and forth, and still do a very good job. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Obviously, there are some more steps on your end, like connecting the Supabase, but that's very straightforward. Regarding the workflow, you just ask Claude Code to do it for you. Same thing with domain hosting. So yeah, good luck. Build something cool like this. You can build some very unique projects, connect your API keys, then it's basically good to go. Wish you the best. If you need help, you can book a call directly down below. And with my link, I'm happy to give you a free consultation and discovery call. We can go through how I can help you, and then from there, we can take the next steps. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and good luck building your own dashboard.